Thank you to Chaim David, Rabbi Beckhofer, traveling all the way from the giddy coast of Jerusalem to join us. And I want to let you all into a personal family minhag we have in the Lebetkin household. When we have a simcha, which involves me having to speak, we have this minhag. It normally takes place at 5:30 in the morning of the simcha. My wife is up, doing the billion things that you have to do for a simcha to run smoothly. And then I crawl out of bed and I see she's basting a turkey with one hand and spongering with the other. And then she looks over at me with love and devotion and says, "Svi, I'm just going to say this once. You better not forget to thank me." And then, if she's feeling particularly loving, she won't add the words, "you idiot," at the end of the sentence. It's not unwise of her to give me this reminder. As I'm sure anybody who knows us knows, if you want to know anything important from the Lebetkins, you have to talk to me. If you want to know what episode of Seinfeld is the best one, I'm the one to speak to, which is the one with the Indian wedding. It goes backwards in time. If you want to know what episode of Star Trek where Bones goes crazy and jumps through the giant donut into the past, you talk to me. If you get nominated to the Oscar committee and you want to know what best picture to vote for, don't talk to Susan. She'll tell you Mystic Pizza. You talk to me. If you want to know unimportant information, like where the kids are going to school, what their names are, what their ages are, what we're eating today, what I'm wearing, where I am, who I am, what day it is, what month it is, you will go to Susan.
When one comes to marry, one has a choice between two types of women. One can marry a sports car, or one can marry a minivan. Now, a sports car is a whole hell of a lot of fun, but they probably won't pick up the kids from school. A minivan is incredibly reliable. It will get you from A to B with no problems whatsoever.
Occasionally, when you're sitting in the minivan and you're driving to a 3-hour Masiba for your 3-year-old at Gun for Hanukkah, a sports car will drive by you. As you sit, disappear into the distance again, your eye may glisten. So I have to say, I am particularly blessed. And I know you're all thinking, how am I going to get out of this? I am particularly blessed because my wife is a minivan that drives like a sports car. If Lamborghini made a minivan, they would call it the Susan. And anybody who's got a ride from her can attest to this, I'm sure. The real reason I'm speaking is because I want to say a little bit about Susan's father, Ellis, who we're dedicating, doing this Chanosos Sefer Torah in memory of. And we're doing it on, as I'm sure we all realise, Tu B'Shvat. And it's very appropriate that we are doing it on Tu B'Shvat, because what is Tu B'Shvat? Tu B'Shvat is that time when winter starts to end and spring and summer starts to begin. During the Yom Noraim, we create our new reality. We create our world. We create what our life is going to be like for our tefillas and our machshavos. And then we're plunged into this season of darkness, into winter. The nights are longer, it's colder, and we don't often see the payers from our tefillas during the Yom Noraim in that time. And Tu B'Shvat is that time when it turns, when everything starts to turn from darkness to light, when the payers from your tefillas start to make a kiyah. So this is very similar to the relationship we had with Ellis. Now, before I knew him, when he was younger, he was very active. He liked sports and tennis and walking. He was a very active person. Towards the end of his life, Chaval, he wasn't so well, so he wasn't able to do that. So really, the impression I had with him, which ties into this parsha shtickle as well, is whenever we were in trouble, whenever we had a problem, it was always when we spoke to Ellis that the darkness would begin to turn to light. He was always there for us whenever we were backs against the wall. If we were surrounded by the armies of the Mizraim against the Yam Suf, and oftentimes we were up to our neck, we were up to our nose in water. Speaking to Ellis would be the Kriyas Yam Suf, would be that time that the troubles would recede. And so the Chanosos Sefer Torah in his memory is really our Shir Yam to him, and we are profoundly grateful to him. And Tu B'Shvat is also appropriate because it's a constantly renewing Seder. As the trees grow, they create seed to grow new seeds. So really, I think the chesed that Ellis showed to us, and really Ellis tried to show chesed to lots of people, we would like to pass on to our children, and hopefully they will pass it on to them, and keep going in the Seder for other lives. So really, that's all I want to say. All I really wanted to add is, please, if you're happy with being able to do Sefer Torah, then you can just do one thing to repay us, if possible, and that's have a fantastic time tonight. Please have a eat, drink, and enjoy yourself and dance. Thank you so much, and have a great time.